I am currently short Tesla stock, and it has been one of the worst financial decisions of my life. No, I'm not some evil corporation funded by the oil industry. I'm just a regular guy who thought that they were a little overvalued. Today I'm going to share with you the exact mistakes I made. I'm going to urge you not to short any stock, but especially don't short Tesla. Now, I did not do this because I hope Tesla fails. I am a massive Tesla fanboy. My dream car is a Model 3 Performance. I was waiting for the prices to come down on the used market. As of right now, I probably could have bought one or two of those for the amount of money I'm losing in this position. But I love Elon Musk. I love SpaceX. I love Neuralink. I mean, I don't want to say that I'm Elon's biggest fan, but I have seen every Elon interview. I think Tesla makes some of the coolest cars in the world. I think the future is in battery-powered vehicles and in solar. I want them to succeed. I just thought they were a little overpriced in the moment. Okay, so what is short selling? Basically, I went to someone with Tesla stock, I borrowed it, I immediately sold it, and then I owed them that certain amount of shares of Tesla stock sometime in the future when I decide. The catch is that every day that I hold on to these borrowed shares, I owe interest to this person. So it costs me money to hold this short position. Now, the scary thing about short selling is that the most you have to gain is 100% of the money you invest, and the most that you can lose is infinite. Think about it this way. Let's say I borrow 10 shares that are worth $100 each. That's $1,000. I immediately sell it. And then let's say tomorrow that company goes completely bankrupt and the stock becomes worthless. I need to give that original person their shares back, but those shares are worthless. So I spent $1,000, but I don't have to spend any money to give them their shares back. The shares are worthless. If the shares were worth $1 each, I'd have to buy them back for $10 and give them back to that original person, and I would have made $990. But what happens if you choose to short one of the most popular, hyped up companies on planet Earth, and they keep doubling and doubling and doubling their stock price? You will eventually have to buy back each one of those shares of stock, no matter what the price happens to be in the future, to give it back to that original person. And that's where I currently am today. On January 31st, Tesla stock hit $640, and I felt like it was overvalued in general, but when you considered everything that was going on in the world with the virus and with car sales and with uncertainty and with the run-up that we had already seen in the value of their company, I thought it was almost a sure bet that they would be dropping from $640, and I actually was right. But I just held on for a little bit too long. So I decided to short 155 shares of Tesla stock at $640 for a grand total of $20,000. Now, right after I shorted these shares, the stock did start to go up a little bit and I was down a few $1,000s, and then it crashed a few days later. I don't remember how much I was up, maybe $5,000 to $8,000, but I remember my wife telling me, you should get out of that position, because I had been losing money previously, and I said, no, it's definitely going down more than this. I mean, look at the situation we're in. Like, it's a worldwide pandemic. Nobody's going to be buying luxury battery-powered vehicles. This is probably going to send us into some sort of world depression that's going to take years to get out of, similar to 2008. I'm going to hold on because I'm going to make some more money. Keep in mind that the most I could have made, if Tesla had gone totally bankrupt, I could have made 20 grand. So it definitely wasn't worth sticking around for that risk, but hindsight is 20/20, right? Now, since I made this bet, Tesla has gone up 300%. Never in a million years would I have guessed that Tesla would have had this type of run in the middle of a worldwide pandemic, like in the middle of it. We are still not out of it. If you're watching this in the future, we are in the middle of it. It makes no sense to me. The stock market overall is booming right now. I do not understand why. And I especially do not understand when it comes to luxury electric vehicles. I understand that, they haven't seen the hit that other car manufacturers have seen and everything like that, but their valuation makes no sense. I think I read online that Tesla is now worth double Toyota. Toyota is the most valuable company on the planet, and Tesla is worth double. Tesla is worth more than Walmart now. I mean, are you kidding me, guys? All right, I'm just looking up how many cars Tesla sold last year versus how many cars Toyota sold last year. Tesla sold 367,000 cars. That's pretty good, right? Toyota sold 10.7 million. And Tesla is worth double what Toyota is. This is insanity. This makes no sense. Now, about a week ago, Tesla decided to do a 5-to-1 split where 1 share of Tesla will become 5 shares. It doesn't mean that it's worth 5 times more, 5 times less. It's basically just making it a little bit easier for people to buy shares because there's more of them, but they're cheaper. Well, I woke up and checked my Fidelity account one morning, and it said that my position was down $350,000, and it felt like I had been punched in my stomach. So I called Fidelity and I said, what is going on? How am I possibly down $350,000? And they said, oh, we're sorry. It's a computer error because of the split that's coming up on Monday. It'll all be fixed on Monday. That night after that event, I actually had trouble sleeping because I was so worried about this position. And could Tesla go up 5x tomorrow for no reason? I don't know. I don't want to bet against Elon. Anything's possible. I mean, he's literally shipping cars into space. I don't want to bet against this guy anymore. So I've got a buddy here who's a pro at trading, and I went over to his place, and we were trying to come up with some system where I could get out of this short position and then put a little bit more money in put options, which would, limit the amount of money I could potentially lose, but then also maybe I could even make a little bit of money because I am still convinced at this point that the stock will crash, but I just don't know how much longer it can keep going up before it does. The cost for put options were so insanely high. My buddy said they were the most expensive options he's ever seen on any stock before, ever. I just couldn't justify doing it. So instead of buying these insanely expensive options and pouring even more money into this stupid decision to begin with, I decided to do a stop loss, which basically tells Fidelity to go ahead and buy back the stocks, give them back, get me out of this position if the stock reaches a certain price. I have chosen a price of $553 per share. Keep in mind, the stock has split by 5, so it's a little different than when I bought it for. My cost basis is $128 per share. That's $640 divided by 5. And as of today, as of recording this video, Tesla stock is at $447. If it reaches $553, it will be worth 155 shares, will be worth $85,000 minus the 20 I put in, will be a loss of $65,000. Ouch. Now, for the last 2 days, Tesla stock has been going down. I think it went down 5% yesterday, 7-point-something% today. At one point today, the stock was down 15% in the middle of the day. I feel like this could be the crash that I've been waiting for, but I have certainly been wrong before. There's a few things to look for that could make this stock go crazy. One of the big ones right now, the S&P 500 is trying to decide if Tesla should be allowed to be a part of that index or not. And if they do allow Tesla to become part of this index, all of these index funds will be forced to buy an equivalent amount of Tesla. And I believe I saw online that Tesla currently represents approximately 1% of the S&P 500, because I think Tesla is valued at around $500 billion right now. Again, it makes no sense, but that's the world in which we live right now. Now, on the bear side of things, if you guys remember back, I think it was late 2019, it might have been January, but Elon Musk came out and said that they didn't need to borrow any more money for Tesla. Tesla was going to be profitable and they didn't need to borrow any money ever again. They could just use the money that they make every single month to buy all the stuff they need to buy. And then what happened when the stock hit $1,000? They raised $2 billion. And then yesterday, I think it was yesterday, Elon came out and said that they would be raising another $5 billion or up to another $5 billion. I think this goes to show you that either one, Tesla needs more money than they thought they would just a few months ago, or they are planning for very dark times ahead with a huge economic downturn. That is definitely what I am expecting. And I never expected this bull run to happen at all for a stock like Tesla. So it seems so obvious to me that we are looking at severe drops in the near future. But again, I have been wrong before. When I set this stop loss at $553, I was finally able to sleep soundly again. I don't even think about it anymore. I know in the back of my mind that I'm capable of losing $65,000, but I have made my peace with that. I know that I can lose that amount of money and I'm going to be fine. I also know that I've recently made some other bets in the market that have equaled a little bit more than $65,000, so it kind of all balances out. I certainly regret making this move, but I've definitely learned my lesson and I will never short any stock ever again for as long as I live. Hold me to that. I made this video as a warning to you. Just don't short anything ever. It's not worth it. And also, I wanted to entertain you a little bit. You can follow along with this crazy bet with me. Just know that I am holding on to this short position, praying that it doesn't reach $553. And if it does, I will have lost $65,000. That Performance Model 3, my dream car, I could have just gone out and bought it with cash. Instead, I have burnt it by betting against one of the smartest people on planet Earth, Elon Musk. I'm an idiot. This is the first video on my private channel. If you guys want to stay tuned and get an update on what happens with my short position, go ahead and subscribe. I'm also going to be making totally different videos than I normally do on my F-Stoppers account that's photography and video related. I am interested in doing more business and investing related content. Maybe not on what to do, but what not to do. So subscribe, stay tuned. I'll try to come up with some more cool, entertaining videos for you guys in the near future.